Hey, y'all, making a quick Yui. Give me a sec. Uh, all right, I didn't make the light, but it's all good. Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. How are you? Happy Thursday morning. Oh my goodness, it is Thursday. This week went by kind of quickly. Well, it did for me. I don't know about y'all. Don't know about y'all, but this week went quickly for me. Anyway, it is a beautiful day that I am grateful for and appreciative for. I'm always happy when the sun is out. But anyway, throw a one in the chat if you're watching me live. Throw a two in the chat if you are watching the replay. If you need to get in contact with me, you know how to do it. You can inbox me. You can text me at 844-243-4901. Y'all can get me like that too. And if y'all got any suggestions for me, let me know so I can definitely um talk about it. So, but nobody sends me suggestions. I don't know why not. But it's early in the morning, y'all, so I'm not going to talk about business. But and I think indirectly I'll probably end up talking about it, but I'm not going to talk about business directly because I want to piggyback off a comment that I made last night. And you'll see on social media, this lady kind of got dragged for a comment she made that she was in conversation with another celebrity who asked her if she would date a bus driver. And this lady, apparently she's a famous person. I didn't know who she is. Um, but she's a millionaire. So she was asked, would she date a bus driver? And her retort was, I would date the bus owner. And the person she was speaking to was basically trying to make her feel like that was the wrong thing to say. And then see people on social media commenting around saying what she was saying was wrong. And it wasn't. First and foremost, your preference is your preference. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if this woman is a millionaire and she don't want to date a bus driver, and of course we're not putting down bus drivers or hardworking men, nothing like that. Nobody's saying that. But if she's a millionaire and she don't want to date a guy that's only making like 40 grand a year, that's her preference. But as y'all see, this is titled Having Standards for Your Legacy. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I made a statement about this, having standards for your legacy. And if you don't know what that means, let me tell you what that means. Basically, having standards is having standards for yourself, being selective about who you're with, especially who you're laying down with and making children with. So, a lot of races of other races groups understand that, and there's groups of people that don't understand it. Let's say, for instance, like they one example that was given is with like the royal family. They wasn't happy who the one prince married, and they end up leaving, Meghan and Harry. They left the palace and all that stuff. So basically the thing was, okay, we don't like who you married and had your children with, so you got to go. That's what happens because they have standards, not just for their legacy, it's standards for their bloodline. There will be times that you need to be more choosy about who you are letting in your life, who you are letting around you, who you are, sleeping with, and, who you're having intercourse with, and who you're sharing your spirit with. Because please understand, when you have intercourse with somebody, you're sharing your spirit with somebody. So having standards, and I'm just going to let's talk about ladies here. Let me talk to y'all for a second. As a woman, if you are more selective about who you are with and who you lay down with, there will be a lot less unhappy women out here. Okay. Now, that's not to say with that you can't get with a hard working man who's building whatever from the muscle. But there is a problem with someone who is just content and happy. Like me, myself, if I'm out here making six figures and multiple six figures each year, I would not want to be with a man who content at his $40,000 job. No, I'm not saying that I wouldn't take a man who has a blue collar job or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he can't be content just being in one space. He needs to elevate himself mentally, spiritually, which will ultimately elevate him career wise, mentally wise. When you're elevating yourself, you got to elevate in all places, not just talk about it, you got to be about it too. So the lady stated she don't want to date a bus driver. Okay, so other people say, okay, well, how does he treat you? Does he make you happy? All that stuff. And I'm here to say, just because a man makes $1 million or he's a multi-millionaire or multiple six figures, multi-seven figures, that doesn't mean he's going to treat you well. And just because someone makes $40,000, that doesn't mean they're going to treat you well. It all comes down to the person. But the package that you need, you got to remember, you have to be equally yoked. People don't work out because they are not equally yoked. Okay, or they might be with somebody for years and years and years and come to find out you're really not equally yoked. And people think that has to do with religion, and that's not what equally yoked means. That could be part of it. If religion is a part of your life, like somebody who's a hardcore Christian and the atheist can never be together. But that's only one part of being equally yoked. So in my life, period, my life, how I'm living my life, especially now, as a soon to be middle-aged woman, I'm all about elevating my life and making myself better, making my children better. So the man that I'm going to be with, he has to be on the same path mentally and actually doing it. So if someone come across my path and they are content with where they're at in life and they don't want to elevate and they like staying where they are, me and that person will not work out because we are not equally yoked. So this is what the lady was talking about. Okay, you have to be paired with somebody well, and that's part of the problem with people. um they're with somebody for years and years and years that they're not yoked with well at all. Okay, but like we said, interrupt. Gosh, sorry y'all, somebody called me. You do have to be equally yoked with people. Okay, you spend years and years of your life, you're wasting your time because you're going to either be very unhappy or you're going to end up splitting anyway. So I just wanted to say there's nothing wrong with being somebody who has a blue collar job and they hard working, but they still need to elevate themselves. Okay. So let me go back to more about your legacy. Your legacy is about your children and your children's children and your children's children. That can be changed with who you're having your children with. So you need to be more selective about it because that is your legacy. That's a part of your bloodline. And another thing is just me being a black woman, I know for a fact that there are other races of people. Those women, they technically not allowed to even date other people. They, unless they are their same race or maybe with a Caucasian man. There are races of people that believe that, and that's their belief. That's fine. But what their families understand is y'all basically you're not gonna be with just with anybody. Period. They say you're not gonna be with anybody. No. Why? Because we have a legacy to uphold. So I'm saying that to say, ladies and men and gentlemen, same thing for you. You need to be more selective about who you date, who you let in your space, who you let in your spiritual space, okay? And who you are having children with. And is people don't understand the importance of it, but our people understood it at the beginning of the time. It's in the Bible. We talk about bloodlines and all the good stuff. Let's talk about how there's a very famous family out here. I'm not going to say their names. They are celebrities. I don't know what their talent is, but they are celebrities. Few of them are models. They're beautiful. Yes, they are. Some of them are. As far as physical looks, But one thing we know about that entire family, the people that they date, they date athletes and all this good stuff. Why? Because they say if you want to be with somebody, you got. But we know that mom, she the biggest pimp. She got that pimp. Her pimping way strong. And that's because they know they can't bring nobody home that's not worth anything. Period. Okay, we know in other cultures marriages are arranged, excuse me, and people are put together based on power. They basically get married to join allegiances and alliances with each other. Marrying is about protection as well. So that's part of their legacy. People need to understand that. Have standards for your legacy, ladies. It's one thing to be with somebody, you 20 years old, or y'all known each other since high school or middle school, and y'all getting it out the mud together. But at 40, y'all should be tired of struggle love by now. And if you are in that struggle love relationship, a lot of times your mate, at least one of y'all, is not going to be on the same plateau of wanting to level up. And that is the problem. If you want to be with somebody that only make 40 grand a year, it ain't about the money that they're making. It's about the relationship you guys have. How well does this person treat you? And do they want to do more with them with their lives? Are they going to be a good father? Do they have good morals? Do they have good value system? Are they out here trying to cheat people? All those, oh my goodness, you don't know. Okay, all right, now I see. Gracious. Okay, but that's what's important. And people was really coming for this lady. But I agree with her. She didn't want the bus driver. She said, do he own the bus? Why? Because she know a successful business person will have to continue to level up their lives to continue to be successful. Especially when you are an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, your money will stop where you are. Wherever your mind is, that's where your money will stop. So when you are a business owner, self-employed, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call yourself, we want to be in the better part of that quadrant. For those of you who know that actual quadrant, you want to continue to level up, because the more you leveling up your mind, the more you stepping it up with your behaviors, the more you're going to step it up with your business, the more you're going to step it up in life, and the more money you're going to eventually make. And everybody don't understand that. And I'm saying that now because I want some of you guys to understand that as well. For those of you who don't think, who are not in that mind space, I want y'all to understand that. Um, Entrepreneurs and business owners, they think differently than people who are just trained for 9 to 5. Remember, we were taught and trained and grew up, go to school, get a job, go to school, get a job. That's like an assembly line. Is an assembly line pipeline. Bam, bam, bam. Your whole listen to this. Follow these rules. Stay small mentally. Don't grow. Unfortunately, that system teaches us not to grow. It teaches us to be stagnant. Nothing wrong with having the JOB. Nobody's saying that. All we are saying is think beyond that. Think beyond of what you've been taught to just do your whole life and been told what to do and to do more. That's all we're saying. And that's why the young lady said that she don't want the man that just is a bus driver. And then not just that, what can he do for her? If he only make 40 grand a year and she's a multimillionaire. Answer that question for me, please. There's nothing wrong for her wanting different. There's nothing wrong for her wanting more. Your preference is your preference. Who you love is who you love, but you need to be careful about who you loving. You really do. Be more picky about who you want to love out here, because everybody don't deserve your love. Everybody do not deserve your love, period. Believe it or not. Like, oh, they're a nice person. People can be nice people. That don't mean they for you. Okay? They can be nice people that don't, or you got plenty of people that appear nice, but they just want to waste your time. All right, so that's pretty much my word for the day, y'all. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. Have standards for yourself. Have legacies for, have standards for yourself. Have standards for your legacy. Have standards for your spirit. Everybody that's nice to you don't deserve your time. Okay? At 40 years old, we should not still just be looking like, oh, this person got so much potential. Like, we too old for that. They should be putting plans in place. We are too old for potential. 20 is different. Maybe even around 25, 30. 40? We still talking about potential? Nah. And make sure you are vetting a person enough to know that you are equally yoked. Okay? Let's match these yokes up. All right, guys. So that's it for now. I'm about to go get it in. I'm feeling good, getting healthy. I'm talk to y'all later.